Hi, welcome to this reading for the sun signs, rising signs and moon sign Capricorn. This is your reading for the week starting the 2nd of October 2017. I'm using the Druid Animal Oracle deck, and the spread that I'm using is called the Home or Hearth spread. Our living situation, home, domestic situation can have an impact on our career, relationships, friendships, finances, and so on. So, my name's Mary. I'm a pet intuitive, a pet communicator. If you would like to get a reading for your pet, all you need to do is go to amirasalon.com, and there you can find me under the tab. All you need to send me is a photo of your pet and your pet's name and any questions that you have. And how I work with animals is I connect with them telepathically and speak with them that way and can pass on messages. Okay, Capricorns, let's get on to your reading. Okay, so the first two cards I want to take a look at are these two here. Okay, we've got the Salmon and the Ram. These two cards represent the way you perceive or think about yourself or your living domestic home life situation. I want to look at the Ram first. The Ram is quite strong, quite sturdy, and that's the main message coming through is the sense of sturdiness. There's a sense of like what a lot of the other signs are getting. It's a great time to declutter your home. You'll declutter your living situation. So not only your home, but the things you do in your home, anything to do with your living domestic situation. Whether that means giving it a good clean, like a spring clean, throwing out junk that you don't use anymore, and beautifying your living space. Now that message has come up for a lot of the signs. The message that's coming up with this is that when you do this decluttering, when you do this clearing up your space, including maybe your vehicles as well, giving that a good tidy, it can have a huge impact on you because it can really shift your energy. It's like if your car is really, really messy and lots of food wrappers and all sorts of stuff in your car, when you've actually cleaned it, it just feels more lighter, right? And one less thing that you don't have to deal with. And when you've tidied and cleared it all up, it's like a feat you've done. So there is the strong message for a lot of the signs, as well as your Capricorn, about clearing out space, clearing out the clutter. And also, because the Salmon is usually thought of as abundance, fertility. So it's kind of like when you do this clearing, space clearing, there's a really strong sense of finding things and perhaps even being able to work on goals and things like that because you've cleared your space. And if there's any other messages, it may come through. Just see if there's anything else. It's very interesting how just changing up our living environment can have a huge impact on other areas of our life. There's the saying that our living space, our home, has a soul. It has the energetic imprints of those that lived there before us, as well as our own energetic imprint. And these two cards represent what you're perceiving or thinking, so about yourself and the issue. So perhaps, you're feeling like this, that there may be some clutter that needs to be cleared up in your living circumstances, and just getting some clear space. And by doing that, you can have this deeper abundance come through for you. So I feel it's literally, because sometimes it can be like the clutter can be our minds. But, of course, our living situation can impact on us, our well-being, right? But I feel that this is more literally. This is more literally clearing space in your home, throwing out anything that you haven't used or that is broken, really giving, changing furniture around or anything like that. Right, let's go on to the next cards, which is these two here. These two cards represent the way you or your living situation is perceived by others. So we have the Sow and we have the Wren. Now, I want to mention that a lot of these cards have showed up for various sun signs. So it feels like this October, particularly the first couple of weeks of October, are pretty important. That most of the cards are showing up, and I have been shuffling them quite thoroughly. Okay, so we've got motherly instinct. We've got sorrow here and saying goodbyes to yesteryears. And now, it feels to me that how others perceive you or your situation is the sense of perhaps there's a third party. And this third party, how they say that sometimes three's a crowd? This third party doesn't have to be another person, although for some of you I feel it is. But it can also be clutter. It can also be anything that can be disruptive or interrupt. So it could be alcohol. It could be anything really. So they perceive that there is some clutter in regards to your living situation and your domestic situation, and that can have a roll-on effect where it starts to impact on your relationships, your friendships, and your work life and finances as well. There's a sense of sorrow as well, so perhaps they perceive that you've had some sorrows. Yeah. Okay. Now let's have a look at the next cards, which are these two. No, I want to go to these two. Now these two cards represent the way you or your living situation could be. It's kind of like the potential that's possible, that's available. Again, we've got two cards that have come up for other signs, the goose and the bee. And even though the cards can show up for different signs, the same cards, it doesn't always have the same message. You may be feeling restless or have felt restless or wanting to change things up. I feel actually that for some of you Capricorns, you are moving into a new stage of home life and career life as well. You're coming into a stage of harmony after some sorrows from the past. You're moving on to new situations, and I think it's just around the corner. The things that you are wanting of how you would like your living situation and work life situation to be. I feel that is coming up. I keep hearing it's around the corner. There has needed to be some changes and some decluttering, some moving on from some situations, including career, that had a life impact on you. I'm hearing perhaps the loss of a job, the loss of friendships and relationships, those kind of changes. But it's to get you in one way or another to develop harmony. So it's a bed of roses is coming up for you is another thing I'm hearing, that it's there, it's coming up for you. So it's quite a nice two cards. So hold on, keep going, and know that you'll get there, whatever it is that you're wanting to happen in your living situation and your work life situation, and clear the clutter. That's coming up again. Clear the clutter. It'd be good to make an effort to really, in your home domestic situation, just starting to organise things, clear things out, literally, right? Get rid of things that you don't use. Get rid of things that are broken. For some of you, I feel you're going to find something that's that you may have thought that you've lost. And also, I feel that it'll really create abundance for you because it clears up the energy and lightens your energy. It's kind of like revitalizes. Right, now the last two cards is this represents the way you want yourself or your living situation and your work life situation to be. Okay, so we have the raven and we have the crane. Let me turn this one around so you can see it better. Yeah, there's a stark contrast I keep hearing. night and day, where you want to be in regards to yourself or your living and your domestic and work situation is a stark contrast to where you've been or been heading. If I was to say where you are right now and what you would like it to be, and then I'd say, well, they would be like night and day in stark contrast. And it's like that, except that it's your past, not your present. So it's like if we look at your past and and what's coming and your future are so, it's like night and day. It's like night and day. It can be like getting married again, getting a great job, a new job. It's that sort of stuff. So thank you, Capricorn, and I hope you've enjoyed this reading.